All right, morning everybody, or good evening, or whenever it is. So in my world right now, it is Saturday, July the 1st. So happy July the 4th weekend, even though by the time you guys see this, your 4th of July celebrations will be over. So let's start today's video off with a little praise, give a little thanks. So Aiden is home. It's about I guess it's about 5 right now. I'm trying to go get my 4 miles in. I'm gonna try to go ahead and get it in. We've been busy all day around the house today, just with me having Saturday off, but I am so thankful Aiden is home. And I mean, he got home, I guess he left, I think he left about 7:30 this morning and got home about 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon. And I'm gonna tell you what, I wish y'all could have seen Ainsley, and I should have been videoing, but before I realized, man, out the door she went. She run across the porch, down the steps, across the front yard, and all the way out there to see him. We hadn't seen Aiden. He's been off playing baseball, so he's playing the whole month of June, and then he's gonna play the whole month of July. I think somewhere around July the 27th. I think he'll be done. So he's been gone away from us, so it is great to see him. He was getting all his stuff unloaded. He got all his stuff unloaded, and we visited for about an hour. And of course, he's got people he wanted to go see. He was going to see Emmy, and they were going to do some other things. But the next few days, before I kind of get into today's video, I want to give thanks. And today I want to talk to y'all about complaining, about how many people just complain. And it seemed like after COVID it got a lot worse, but y'all will get to see Aiden maybe in the next few videos. I know me and him, we're gonna hit a little bit together. We're gonna try to, maybe the 4th, I gotta work the 3rd, which is Monday. The 4th, which is this next Tuesday, we'll be off. We'll probably go fishing. We thought about going and setting some hooks or something like that. But anyway, and you know we're gonna cook. Fanchers is gonna do some cooking, so we'll do that too. But I'm out here putting these miles in. So it's been about a week, really a little over a week, right at a week. So I want y'all to let me know in the video. Let me know. I guess Harvey Galloway has been the one person that has sent me a couple of messages saying he's out doing some exercising and trying to get moving, so that's awesome. I'd like to know any of the rest of you that are out there trying. Hey, it don't take much, like I said, just getting up and walking to your mailbox where, you know, normally you ride your electric scooter out there or something, but just any kind of exercise you can get, the better. Be careful, I know it's hot outside, it's hot here, you know, blah, blah, blah. They talking about, you know, nationwide heat wave. Can I tell y'all something? My parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, gals, they didn't have air conditioning. Was lucky if they had a fan. It's always been hot, okay? And that's what makes me get into this video about complaining. We've always had hot weather, but it's really kind of sad. And like I said, I think COVID did it to us a lot. It absolutely ruined the customer service part of relationships. It about ruined the food industry. And I know people have always complained, but it seems like people complain more now than they ever had. I'm breathing hard, trying to walk fast and hard. I'm gonna run a little bit too. But I mean, the last few days, I mean, look, I know it's been 100 degrees here and 105 here and 108 there. Y'all, I hate to disappoint anybody. We ain't just now having hot weather, okay? We have been at a time in this country where it's been just as hot with not near the amenities that we have now. You can't even turn the news on. You can't look at social media in the last few days without showing a big swath of the United States and dangerous heat. I understand. You know, people are less fortunate and, you know, you may have lost a life here or there, but it's always been hot, guys, always. But it's just like when this hot weather got here, it just gave, you know, people another reason to complain. And complaining is very dangerous, okay? Complaining is very detrimental to relationships, to the workforce, to just everything, to your family, at a church. You know, people want to complain about, oh, the music's not this, or they want to complain about the music, or the preacher's not doing this, or the youth minister's not doing this. At work, oh, I wish my boss would do this, or I wish one of the people I work for would do that. Don't complain, guys. There's no reason. Complaining don't make anything any better, okay? It'd be easy for me to complain when I put these boots on a while ago and say, hey, it's hot, I don't feel good. It's Saturday, I've been busy all day, I ain't going. That ain't getting me nowhere. Complaining don't get you anywhere. So don't be so quick to send out that email next week complaining about something. Don't be so quick to, when you and your wife sit down to eat supper tonight, that you complain because the house ain't cleaned up or the dishes ain't clean. Don't be so quick to complain when one of your kids may not do something that they're supposed to do. Well, have you told them? Let me tell you something too. Kids, they just not gonna do something just like that on their own every time. I have found that coaching kids, you gotta tell them over and over and over and over again. I see that so much, like with Ainsley's age. We have lots of kids come over, and you know, parenting's tough. Ain't no doubt it's one of the hardest jobs out there. But complaining about what your kid is or is not getting at school, or what your kid's teacher is or is not doing, it's not gonna help matters none. I had a guy call me last week. I won't name any names. He's got a kid that's a pretty good baseball player. I think he's a sophomore in high school. I never have watched him play. I've seen some videos of him. Never have been to a game or nothing like that. And he wasn't complaining, but he was talking about, hey, I'm not sure this high school coach is calling or whatever. I said, let me tell you something. It is one person's job, and I'm telling y'all this, not just about baseball, not just about football. It's your job to get your kid recruited, okay? It's your job to go out there and get you a good job, to work hard, to find something better. If you don't like what you're doing, complaining don't do no good about it. Changing, and that's kind of what I told him, which he wasn't complaining. He just wanted to know what to do, how to do. Now, I did talk to some parents here. It's probably been a month ago, whenever high school baseball was over. Oh man, several parents called complaining. My kid hadn't got any offers, or this coach didn't do this, this coach didn't do that. Well, let me tell you something. What'd you do, parent, all over the United States? Did you get your tail up out of that chair on the other side of that fence and do anything to help that coach, or do anything to help your kid get recruited? Did you send any videos around to any college coaches? And that, I'm using that as an example, but there's lots of different things that can go hand in hand with. If you don't like your job and how it's going, what are you doing about it? You working any extra hours to try to make any more money? Or are you doing anything extra for the company that you're working for to try to fix things? I know everything's not always perfect. I get it. Look, I have my complaints sometimes too, but I do my dead level best not to do it, because complaining, A, it don't fix anything, and it's not gonna make things any better. It's up to you to make them better. Whew. Okay, I'm at the 2 mile mark, but there's a saying, and I may get it wrong, a quote, whatever you want to call it. I don't know who it's from. I can't remember. I'm not real good at that. I remember what the saying is, and I may botch it up a little bit, but you guys can look it up. But it's basically I've never seen a wild thing feel sorry for herself. A bird will fall frozen to the bow without ever having felt sorry for herself. Same thing about complaining. It's easy to complain. It's easy to have that, oh, I don't like this, or I don't like that attitude, so I just ain't gonna go, or I'm not gonna talk to them. Definitely not what Jesus says, not what he asked us to be, to love everybody. But I think over this next week, if you can just 100% take complaining out of your life. When you get up in the morning, don't complain about having to get up. Whew. What if you didn't have that job to go to, you know? Don't complain about how hot it is outside. Man, what if I didn't have these lungs and these legs and this body that the Lord gave me to get out here and do it with? Don't complain. Don't complain about your wife or your kids. You ain't guaranteed tomorrow. You never know when you might not have them anymore. It all goes hand in hand, guys. All goes hand in hand. A Christ-like attitude, don't complain. Try this week, just this week, not to complain. I challenge you. You dads out there, fathers, husbands, challenge your family. Challenge your family not to complain this week. Challenge them, talk about it. When you get home in the evenings, at night before you go to bed, don't complain about your job. Don't complain about your boss. Don't complain about any little thing. My food wasn't hot enough. My tea wasn't sweet enough. It's everything, guys. From the littlest complaints to the biggest complaints. I challenge y'all this week, get out and exercise. Get out and make that old body move. Even though it's hot, hey, it'll make that air conditioner seem a lot sweeter. But the main thing, make that mind tough and don't complain. All right, so turned around, soaking wet with sweat, headed back at some point over the next week or so. So this is July the 1st. I got all of July, all of August, and elk season opens September the 1st. So at some point, I got to start doing a little bit of weight training. I need to start doing some squats. I need to start doing some core, some abs. My shoulders are so bad. It's amazing from last year to this year, the difference. Was it yesterday, day before yesterday? Picked my bow up, drew it back, shot it 3 times. Okay, now, I'm so good it don't take but one, but I'm out of shape, man. I'm not strong with my shoulders. So I gotta kind of start trying to get all this at 50 years old stronger. Dad obviously don't get around like he used to. Puts a lot more on me, especially when we kill a elk. But mainly, I got to get stronger so I can handle the bow so I can handle the packing the meat. Y'all go back and watch the elk videos last year. I don't remember which one it was, but there for a couple of days, I had 2 or 3 elk I let get away from me. I was standing there, you know, I kind of got in the zone. The elk were bugling. I started calling. Man, bulls left the herd just like that. I looked down through the woods. Here they come. And when you don't have a caller, lots of times, so I'll stay back here, I'll call. And when I know a bull's coming, the last time I call, I try to gain about 40 yards. You know, that way, because they know exactly, shoot, where that calling's coming from. But 2 or 3 different times last year, I had bulls come right to me. And the angles were not great, but even without the angles, I can't draw a bow like a normal guy can, okay? Because my shoulder's so bad, especially my left one, I really have to contort my body to get my bow back. So, with that being said, I need to be really hid. I need to really choose when I draw. Bull needs to be behind a tree, something. But last year I worked on that whole strength stuff probably for only a month before I left. This year I'm gonna try to do it at least 2 months and see if I can improve just how I draw a bow. And it'll just make my overall health better. But other than just getting in my lungs in shape, I got to get my body in shape too. So anyway, I'm getting back close to the house, but don't complain, okay? Don't complain. Y'all keep working, get out, get you some exercise, okay? Leave that extra beer alone in the afternoon, okay? Look, I'm just being real. Get up, don't eat that extra plate of mashed potatoes and gravy. Hey, I can't say a word, look at that. Oh, I'll tell you a funny, just so y'all know I think I'm not on y'all. One of my best friends in the world, Brian Montgomery. Y'all have heard me talk about him on here. I sent him a video the other day. I was running, and I didn't run but about 30 seconds. But I said, hey, if it makes you feel any better, I can't run like that long. He's getting ready to go to Alaska on a big hunt, and he sent me a message back. He said, if it makes you feel any better, I need to be having a sports bra on too. I was like, golly. So I can get on y'all about that old belly. That Dunlap disease, that belly done lapped over that belt, because mine's the same way, but I'm doing something about it. What are y'all doing about it? I appreciate y'all following the Fanchers. God bless. Jesus saves. See y'all next time.